Hi everyone, it is Beth with Flying by the Seed of My Plants, and I thought really quick I'm going to go through some of the seeds that I am doing this year, and I'm going to show you some of the seeds I'm doing for my plant sale. So if anybody is in Northeast Ohio and you come to my plant sales, you'll have an idea of what I'm planting this year, and I will have in the plant sale. There's a lot of seeds. I have so many seeds, and I absolutely love it. So, when I do my plant sale, I do the heirloom seeds or open pollinated, and I always like throwing in some different things for the plant sale to make it exciting. And when I do the plant sale, I always have I put, pictures of what I'm doing on a big board, poster board, and it will show what the tomato will look like or what the pepper will look like or whatever I have in the plant sale, and also the flavors. And there's so many that I have had, which makes it really good as far as, selling the tomatoes. You know what it tastes like, you've tried it, you know what it looks like, and that helps the person at the plant sale figure out what they want. And also they try different things, and so there's quite a few people. Hopefully they all come back next year. And so I'm not doing as many as I did last year. There are certain things, last year was a little bit different, and I'm not sure, it could switch and you never know. But like the beefsteak tomatoes, the Amish paste, were not a big seller. The ones that sold the most were the ones that were the most unique tomatoes. And then of course the other tomatoes that a lot of people are followers of, and they just want it. So hopefully this won't take a long time. I'm not going to show you all the seeds because we'd be sitting here until, right now it's Friday evening, and we'd probably be sitting here until Sunday. So I'm not going to do that to you. I'm going to start out with some of the tomatoes. And like the first one I'm going to show you is the Mortgage Lifter. It's an heirloom tomato, and there is a story behind it. And they grow up to a pound of the pink fruits, have a delicious, rich, sweet taste, and produces like mad. So that is the Mortgage Lifter. The story behind that is the person that crossed over to get the Mortgage Lifter way back in the day. I think it goes back, I think he was like 1940s, and he paid off his mortgage. Back then he was selling a tomato for $1, which was a lot of money back in those days. And he ended up paying off his mortgage, so he called the tomato the Mortgage Lifter. So that's that one. That's going to be in the plant sale. One that I always have in my garden and in the plant sale is Cherokee Purple. Very good, tasty tomato. The other one that is a high demand is the Paul Robeson tomato. It is one of my favorite ones. The taste is excellent, the smoky flavor. And Paul Robeson does have they call it a cult of people that follow the Paul Robeson. And so I am actively in that cult as far as Paul Robeson. It's a delicious, delicious tomato. The other one I've never tried before, but the name sounds like a lot of fun. It is called the Boxcar Willie. So that's going to be in my plant sale. It's an indeterminate tomato named for the time-honored country singer. This tomato is as classic as they come. A good balance of sweetness and acidity make a truly classic tomato flavor. So that's the Boxcar Willie. I don't know if it tells me how big. Makes wonderful for canning sauces, juices, and eating right out the vine. So anyhow, I'm adding that to the plant sale. The other one is the Abe Lincoln. This tomato was cultivated in the 1920s by a farmer from Abe's home state of Illinois. He wanted gardeners to know they were getting an honest producer with great flavor, one that was reliable to produce all season long. This is a classic variety with a good acidity and regular tomato leaves, making it the perfect slicer tomato. So that's the Abe Lincoln. And I am putting a classic beefsteak tomato. Not as many as I did last year because it really, honestly, was not a big seller. So the Kellogg's Breakfast, I think I have a few seeds in here, so I might have a couple of those in there. It's a delicious tomato, gets very large. Tasty heirloom, originating in West Virginia. Beautiful orange beefsteak. Fruit is very flavorful and superbly sweet. It is very good. And then Thornburg's Terracotta. I grew this last year. It was a free seed from Baker's Creek. I think I'm going to have it. I wonder if I used all the seeds in here. Oh, yep, I do have some seeds. So I'll do a couple of the Thornburg Terracotta. I grew that in my garden last year. It was very good. The other is Dr. Weitsch Yellow. To me, between Dr. Weitsch and also the Kellogg's, to me they're about the same in flavor. Sweet, very good. The other favorite of mine, because I do canning, is the San Marzano. So that's definitely going in my garden too, and the plant sale. Amish paste. Not as many as I did last year, but enough for my garden. Definitely putting that in there. This one I think is an absolutely beautiful tomato, is the Tropical Sunset tomato. That is going to be in my plant sale and in my garden. It's gorgeous. Queen of the Night is another one. Absolutely gorgeous tomato. This one, the only one seed packet I did not buy yet is the Sun Gold. This one is a Sun Gold Select 2. I have not tried this, but I'm going to try that this year. It's a cherry tomato, but I do like the other Sun Gold. This one's like an heirloom, but I want to get the one, it's a hybrid, but it's absolutely delicious. It's a Sun Gold Burpees, I think is where I typically buy it from. And actually I have to go on that site and I have to order those seeds because I just went through these and I don't have any more Sun Gold. But I'm going to try the Sun Gold Select 2 from Baker Creek. And also this one I'm going to try. It's a small tomato for container growing if you live on a patio or just want something on the patio. Let me open this. There should be seeds in here. I don't think I grew any last year. Yep. Okay, this one is the tomato orange hat. Just a very small container tomato. Besides a Sun Gold tomato, cherry tomato, this one is top of the list of my favorite cherry tomatoes, the black cherry. It's delicious. If you have not grown it, you have to try it. So I have quite a few of these seeds. So I'll have this in my plant sale and of course in my garden. And the purple bumblebee. It's another gorgeous cherry tomato. And the pink bumblebee. Absolutely gorgeous tomato. Here is a blue cream berry. So wherever the sun hits it, that's where you're going to get the blue on top of the cherry tomatoes. I grew those last year. They were delicious. Tropical Sunset. That's another one. And blueberries. So wherever the sun hits it, that's where you get the purple. And it's just a good tomato, cherry tomato. So the one I think they sold out this year was the black strawberry tomato. And I don't have any, I don't think. So Queen of the Night is kind of in the line of the black strawberry. I have to go online to see if I can get any. I think I looked for it and they were sold out already. We're only in the mid-January, but that's kind of depressing. The black strawberry is delicious. Oh, and here's another one, the Black Beauty. That was a big seller in my plant sale last year. So I will have this. And that's it for the tomatoes. And then the peppers. I didn't pull them all out, but I do the jalapeno, the Craig's Grande jalapeno pepper, which is a large jalapeno. It's great for stuffing. They get really big. And I'm also doing the pumpkin spice jalapeno. I didn't pull those out, but anyhow, the pumpkin spice, which is like a yellowish orange, the lemon spice, and the orange spice jalapeno. And I will have those in my plant sale, and I love growing those. Number one, mainly because I like doing the cowboy candy, so you get the different beautiful colors. You have to leave them on the vine to let them, mature to those colors. And they're very prolific. So that will be in my plant sale. Another one that is a favorite of mine is the shishito. Hungarian hot wax. That was a big one in my plant sale. Actually, it was sold out before it ever even made it to the plant sale last year, but I had people coming up, because I put a sign out, of course, and they would come up, hey, do you have any Hungarian hot wax? One guy, that's all he wanted, and I didn't have any. So that's going on the plant sale. The datil pepper, I grew it last year, but for some reason it did not look like that at all. I don't think it was a datil hot pepper, so I'm going to go ahead and try it again. That was from Baker's Creek. So hopefully it is the datil. I don't know. A new one I'm trying this year, it's called the Jimmy Nardello pepper. In the description, a highly prized grilling pepper used in Italian cooking with genetics can be traced back to the early 1900s. The Jimmy Nardello plants produce many deep red, medium, mild peppers that are curved at the top and measure around 5 inches long. These peppers are excellent fresh and dried. So there's that one. And there was another pepper. I didn't pull it out though. Anyhow. But here are some different melons I'm trying this year. Number one is the Kajari melon. These are very small melons, and last year I tried growing them, and due to the fact that I didn't prepare the soil right, that's why I think it failed. I didn't get any last year, so I'm trying it again. And I have a Facebook group, Flying by the Seed of My Plants, and when I advertise and everything, I'm going to ask if people want me to start any of these seeds to put in my plant sale. I'll do individual requests for certain plants. Here is the Moon and Stars watermelon. And that's another one where I'm not going to start a bunch of them for the plant sale. But when I start advertising, if somebody, when I talk about it, I'll bring it up. And if somebody wants me to start plants for them, I will. So that's it for the melons. And of course the pumpkin. I always do the sugar pie pumpkin. And I do that in my garden. And then just to show you some other things, I'm going to do different herbs. Here is the holy basil. I'm going to put that in there. Then, of course, some rosemary, sweet marjoram, thyme. I'll have that. And then I just want to show you, I love radishes, so I love the Easter basket. That's always fun. I have a German giant radish that's going in my garden. Early scarlet globe, French breakfast is another favorite. Oh, there's a pink beauty. And these are all just for my own personal use, the radishes, because that's not something you would really sell in a plant cell. Different carrots, it's another one, personal use. I just love all the different colors. This one's called Pusa Rudhira. Here's a coral carrot. Here's a purple carrot. Royal Chantenay carrot. And here it's a yellow. I can't even pronounce it. I'll just show it to you. This was introduced in the 1940s as a lemon yellow carrot with improved flavor and excellent storage quality. Slow growing roots, perfect for fall harvest, stunning colors and flavor. So that's for my own personal garden. And then I will have some eggplant, not a lot. That wasn't something that was a big seller. Here is a black beauty I'll have in there. Plus, I like the long purple eggplant. That's one of my favorites that I'll have in my garden. I'll have sage. Here is a salvia. I'm hoping to have some of that in my plant sale. Here is the bee balm. And then I just have so many different flower seeds. The cosmos last year were absolutely gorgeous. You have the teddy bear sunflower. The lavender, I have to look that up, but I think I have to do winter sowing for that. At least that's how I've always done it. Torch blue. Another lavender. And this one I thought was just very cool. It's a marigold. It's called Sugar and Spice. So I'm planting that. If I have enough, I might put some in the plant sale. And of course I have the zucchini. And I will start some to put into the plant cell. I love the golden zucchini and the black beauty zucchini. The other favorite of mine is the patty pan. And I'm going to do a few of those to put into the plant sale. And those, I mean, you could start those from seed. That's why I don't really do a lot of these, like the squash and stuff in the plant sale, because you can actually plant those from seed directly once the weather breaks in your area. And then, of course, silver slicer. I absolutely love those. The flavor is delicious. This one is a baked alpha cucumber. And this, I do have a greenhouse, and these do not need pollinators. So if you have an issue with pollinators, this is a great cucumber to grow. Or if you have a greenhouse, you can grow it in your greenhouse. Here's the Boston pickling I'll be doing. Market More 76 is now my go-to. Very prolific cucumber. Here's a Wisconsin SMR. It's for pickling. So I'll be doing that. A bunch of different lettuces I'll be doing. Here is a yellow scalloped squash, one of my favorites. There's another one. Here's a golden scallop. Those are delicious. Here's a white scallop I'm going to do this year. Okay, another new one, it's the butterfly pea. I wanted to do that last year, but I bought sweet pea instead. Sweet pea is toxic to humans or animals, so the butterfly pea. This one has a lot of medicinal properties to it, and you can make tea out of it. And it's a frost-sensitive member of the bean family. Okay, the blooms are extra fancy and ornamental, and as a bonus, they're edible. So the lovely flowers make a natural food dye and soothing tea to calm the nerves. So these are going on my trellis. I'm excited about that. And then, of course, the different cosmos are absolutely beautiful. That's going in my garden. There's an apricot lemonade, fizzy rose, and calendula goes in my garden every year. Here's aster. It was a free seed, so I'm going to try those. Cracker Jack marigold. These can grow up to 5 feet. At least in my yard, they've gone up to 5 feet. And here, 24 to 36 inches tall. I've had them grow taller than me. The butterflies love this too. So definitely attracts butterflies. And I also have the milkweed in my garden. So, and zinnias. Those are a big favorite. These were an artist pack that I got of zinnias. Here's a State Fair zinnia. There's the art side, and then you can kind of see what it's going to look like there. Polar bear zinnia. That was the art. Double click cosmos. Dark star zucchini. It was an art pack. So I'm going to try that this year. Dandy correlate dahlia. Low growing but showy double blooms and contrasting bright colors. These you start indoors. Seashells cosmos. Excited about that one. Here were some different gourds. Kakuzi. This was suggested for me to grow on my arches. I've never tried them. But anyhow, that's what that looks like. Doing the acorn squash. And I'm trying this year. It's called the sweet dumpling squash. This one, winter vine, as the name suggests, sweet dumpling is one of the sweetest varieties of squash. Small, flattened, ribbed 1 pound fruit with white skin and green stripes. The flesh is smooth and orange and not too stringy. Plants produce decent amounts of squash that have a wonderful shelf life. So I am going to try that this year. Of course, butternut squash I'll be doing. The honey nut, I'll be doing that. It's a small, like butternut, very sweet and delicious. And then, of course, I'll start some chives. Leeks, mainly for my garden, unless, somebody says, if they want me to start some for them, I will. Oh, and I still have some giant crimson from Emma Gardner. And this packet has 5 seeds in it. So, some lucky person might get it. from the plant sale. And parsley, cinnamon basil. I grow that every year. Absolutely gorgeous. Smells delicious. And it has a taste of cinnamon. Okay, this is the white scallop squash. I think I showed you. And different peppers like emerald giant pepper. I'll do some of those. Bell peppers. Let me see. And we throw out the patty pans. Of course, oh, and I got the white celery this year I'll be doing. And I'll be doing a bunch of different lettuces. I'll do some kale, bee balm. Oh, and beets. Oops. I have so many cases. I have, right now I have 5 of these cases. And that's how I store my seeds. And pretty full. Oh, and I'm doing the Swiss chard. So, in my garden. That's for personal. Because they're just gorgeous. There's an orange Swiss chard. Here's a ruby red Swiss chard. Here's a rainbow, different colors. And it was delicious. That was my first time last year was growing Swiss chard. And I really did like it. And I'll be doing some of the sugar snap peas and shell peas. And last year I tried okra, and I only got a couple little okras. It did not do very well, so I'm going to try it again this year. I always say, you know, try again. This is the Clemson spineless okra. And I just really want to grow because I want to pickle it. I went down south for a vacation. They had it pickled. It was absolutely delicious, so I want to do that. Let's see. Besides all, I got, this box is full, all different flower seeds, sunflower, zinnias, snapdragons. I'll be starting those indoors. I did that, and I'll show you how I start them. Snapdragons were absolutely gorgeous. They are frost hardy. Of course, the salvia. I got frilly petunia. Okay, and here is, these are Double Madness Petunia Pink and Double Cascade Petunia Mix. And I bought these from Mountain Valley. It doesn't really show a picture of them, but if you go to Mountain Valley Seed Company and put in petunias, it'll show pictures of what they will look like, and I'm excited about that. If I have enough, I might do a few pots to put in my plant sale. Here's some gorgeous pansies, brush strokes viola. Here's a tiger Leda. And then here's some more of the salvia. This one's a white one. Rose Rhapsody. And then I have another purple one. So when I start growing all of these, I will definitely be bringing you guys along and showing you. I'll show you, especially with the snapdragons, how I grow them, and then I separate them when they're just tiny little ones. That's when you want to separate them, when they're tiny. So you're not really, the roots aren't getting too established. And my snapdragons were absolutely gorgeous last year. I had a lot. I didn't order any more seeds. I'm going to use what was left from last year. And zinnias, just a big variety of zinnia. Another beautiful flower I love to grow is Sweet William. And a lot of these are perennial, so a lot of these will come back. The salvia should come back. See how that goes. Sweet Williams, sometimes they're like a biannual, meaning they don't bloom the first year, but they bloom in the second year. And then they just keep coming back. But I think that's it, you know. Like arugula I'm doing. Of course, the beets. And sunflowers, just all different kinds of sunflowers. Bringing all the pollinators. And so anyhow, that's it. Just wanted to share that with you guys. And especially with my plant sale, I'm going to put on my Facebook group a list of what I'll be growing this year. And give them a heads up ahead of time. And plus, hopefully, I'll do some different. I started getting into a craft napkinizing, they call it. It's like a napkin decoupage. And I want to do a couple pots. And here's one of the things I did. Absolutely love it. So we'll see how that goes. I wouldn't mind doing some pots and actually having some flowers starting in them. Maybe some of the petunias and just some empty pots. So that is what I'm doing as far as what I'm growing, some of the things I'll be putting in my plant sale. And again, like I said on my Facebook group, Flying by the Seed of My Plants, if you want to join, you're more than welcome. Just put a request in. It is a private group. And the reason why I'm keeping it private is we all know when it goes public, you get a lot of times crazy people in there. Plus, you don't know if they're real people or not. So I stay away from that. You put a request in. If you know somebody already in the group, it'll just automatically put you in. But if not, I just go in and I check out your profile, you know, to make sure you're legit. And then you come in the group. And we have a lot of seasoned people in the group. So if you joined, I think you'll enjoy it. So just a lot of questions people answer in there. Some good gardeners in there. Good seasoned gardeners. So I think that's it. So just wanted to share that with you. And this weekend, today's Friday, so this weekend hopefully I'll be starting my onions, and I'll put a video of doing that. I'm going to finish up another batch of cowboy candy and get that all going. So thank you so much for joining me. And the weather out here in Northeast Ohio has been snowy today. And I'm adding a video in the very beginning of what it looked like this morning. And it's very pretty. It's just not fun to drive it. So, all right, guys, have a wonderful evening. Thank you to all the new subscribers, and thank you to all the subscribers that have been with me from the beginning, and all the nice comments that you guys do. And I will talk to you guys all later. I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.